In this video, I review Windows Virtual Desktop Validation Host Pools. Hello everyone, I'm Travis and this is Seraltos. In this video, I review Windows Virtual Desktop Validation Host Pools, what they are and how you can use them. Before that, please take a second to subscribe, like, share, and click the bell icon to get updates of new content. And thanks to all those who have subscribed. I've had validation host pools on my list of topics to cover for a while. I have to admit, when I started digging into it, I almost passed on the whole thing. Before I get to that though, let's go over what a validation host pool is. Microsoft pushes monthly updates to Windows Virtual Desktop. Although these updates are probably safe for most environments, any change represents a risk. And because Windows Virtual Desktop can host a wide variety of applications, there's no way Microsoft could test updates to every application running on it. To help minimize the impact an update may have, Windows Virtual Desktop Service updates are applied first to the validation pool, acting as a canary in the coal mines of sorts. The idea is to create a small host pool identical to your production host pool to validate the updates. A subset of users log in and use the validation pool. If there is a problem with the service update, it'll become apparent in the validation pool before it rolls to production. As a side note, host pools are deployed to availability sets by default. This means that servers are deployed in different update and fault domains. If you're new to availability sets, check out my video on the topic. The update domain is specific to Azure Service Fabric updates, not necessarily the Windows Virtual Desktop updates. Here's what I know from the Microsoft documentation. Service updates go to the validation host pool first. Use the validation host pool to ensure applications work with the updates. Service updates happen monthly, more frequently for major issues or critical updates. Use the Windows Virtual Desktop Tech Community site to stay informed with service updates. I'll add a link to that site below. That leaves some questions unanswered. For example, how do we know when service updates went to the validation pool? What is the time between updates going to the validation pool and the production pool? Can we pause updates from going to the production pool if we find a problem? What do we do if an update causes an issue? I couldn't find the answer to these questions. If anyone out there knows, please add it to the comments below. A lack of detail is one of the reasons I almost passed on this topic, but the more I thought about it, I started to realize that the validation pool is just a small part of the overall Windows Virtual Desktop lifecycle strategy. If you're just using the marketplace image, validation pools may not have much value, but odds are you're dealing with other applications, maybe third-party applications that are industry-specific, or custom applications deployed through Windows Virtual Desktop. These applications likely need updates and patching. A validation host pool is not limited to testing Windows Virtual Desktop updates. They can also be used for validating new images and application updates in your Windows Virtual Desktop environment. Looked at from that angle, validation pools are part of an application in Windows Virtual Desktop lifecycle, adding value beyond simply testing Windows Virtual Desktop service updates. With that in mind, here is how validation pools are created. First, there are two important factors when using validation pools. The validation pool should be as close to production as possible. To be effective, it really needs to be the exact same as production. Also, the validation pool should be used frequently by users. If it sits unused, it's not going to be effective. I recommend using a variety of users, not just IT or a group of testers. A validation pool is simply a host pool with a validation environment flag set to true. This is done with the update azwvd host pool command with the spring 2020 update or the set rds host pool command in the fall 2019 version. Start by creating a production host pool and the validation pool with the same base image. This could have all the applications as part of the image or use a tool like SCCM to push the applications out. Create a group for production and a subset of users for the validation pool. This is easier with Spring Update as you can use Azure AD groups to assign users to host pools. Now, when you have a new updated image to deploy, you can first deploy to the validation pool, then to the production once it's verified. If you're pushing updates directly to the host with an application management program, you can use the validation pool in the same way, pushing there first and vet the applications before implementing them to the production pool. This way, the validation pool helps identify potential issues with Windows Virtual Desktop service updates and is part of your overall testing process for new image versions and application updates. Let's walk through the process of enabling validation on a host pool. This assumes you already have a host pool to use for validation deployed. I'm going to walk through setting up the validation pool in the current GA environment and then in the new Spring Update 2020. I have two host pools I'm going to set as validation host pools. The first is the current GA environment and the second is the new public preview Spring Update. So let's start with the GA Fall 2019 version. I'm going to start by signing in as admin. Now that I'm logged in, I'm going to get the host pool information. It looks like I have an issue with running an older version of the PowerShell module, but I'm just going to ignore that for now. You can see that the validation environment is set to false. I'm going to change that with the set RDS host pool command. I'm changing the validation env to true. And now you can see the validation environment is set to true. So now that host pool is set as a validation host pool. Next, let's move on to the Spring Update pool. Don't forget to install the new AZWVD PowerShell module to run these commands. First, I have to connect to Azure. And make sure you're connected to the correct subscription. Now that I'm logged in, I'll run the command to get information about my Windows Virtual Desktop environment. This uses the get AZWVD host pool command, giving it the resource group name and the name of the pool. And then I'm just returning the name and the validation environment setting. Here you can see the name is WVD validation and nothing is set for the validation environment. To set that, I'm going to run the update AZWVD host pool command. Here again, just targeting the resource group and the host pool name and setting the validation environment to true. Let's run that get command again. And here you can see nothing happens. This is the other reason I almost skipped over this topic. At the time of this recording, Spring Update has an issue adding or removing validation pools. If we go to the documentation, you can see this version is in public preview and the issue is acknowledged in the documentation. Just imagine this returned a true and check back once it goes GA. Hopefully the issue will be resolved by then. I'll leave a link to this article below. That is how to enable a host pool as a validation pool. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the bell icon for updates when new content is available. Thanks for watching.